all stand. A moment of silence, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. As you know, this is a limited agenda meeting. The only thing we will be discussing today is software for our computer system. I want to, first of all, I do want to make a little note and say that Hernando County is becoming quite high with COVID. So my suggestion would be safe, wear your masks when you can, when you're indoors, because it just seems to be spiraling all over the country. We're getting more Omicron and everything. That's just my little thing to you all. As you all know, our computer system has been failing for quite a while. And it's come to the point where we can no longer enter a lot of our data. Our access is dead, gone. There's nothing we can do with it, or we cannot repair it anymore. So we've looked for other avenues. We've looked for other software data systems, and we have found one that is about the only one that works. But I'm going to make a motion. I make a motion to waive 3-bid rule due to the fact that we cannot get 3 vendors to provide the services that we need.
Second.
Any discussion?
I just have one question. We had looked at another one. It was not adequate.
Absolutely.
Okay, just making sure.
We've looked at different ones. They can provide one part, they cannot provide the other part. Therefore, if we're paying for one part, then we have to go and pay for another part. It becomes very expensive. And it's not cheap to replace what should have been replaced quite a while ago. So I'm going to sit down because there's not that many of us here. I want to I made a motion and it was seconded. And any discussion? Okay. May I have a vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And I'm going to read to you what the people who use this system need. Microsoft Access, the computer database for the office and guardhouse, crashed and is not repairable. After much conversation with TMH, Brookridge's IT company, it was determined that a new program is needed as a total replacement for Microsoft Access. After many hours of discussion, investigation, and consultation, and believe me, there were, it was determined that QuickBase is the best option for Brookridge to use to replace Access. There were many other programs that were looked at, but they either were not a database, nor could they provide all the function that this multi-million-dollar corporation needs. As a result, the attached quote is for the total replacement of Microsoft Access with QuickBase. According to the purchase policy, SOP 8.6, the board of directors requires 3 bids, which I've asked to have that waived because of the inadequacy of getting what we need to fulfill our responsibilities here. QuickBooks is the single software program is needed, and that program is the only available, and it would be in effect, and the board of directors can make the purchase without obtaining 3 bids. We,
Quick Base or
Quick Base.
Okay.
Quick Base, I had QuickBooks and Quick Base here,
Okay.
Gail.
Okay, just making sure.
The quote I have here from QuickBase is $17,000 for the program and the database. $7,200 for the license fees that will take care of up to 20 computer logins. And an automated ticketing process is $720 a year and a $475 one-time setup, for a total of $24,200. I'd like to make a motion that we accept this quote and we go forward and purchase this equipment from QuickBase. May I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Yes.
On the mic, please.
I know I'm getting like you. I do have a question, just to get everything clear. There's $720 and then $475 a one-time setup fee. Is that $720 going to be a yearly fee?
Yes, it is.
Okay, but a year, not a month.
A year.
Okay, just want to make sure everybody.
Yeah, I have it
gets
right here.
Okay, but I wanted to just make sure it was
Yeah,
clear.
okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay, any other discussion?
Is there a maintenance fee attached to this?
The maintenance fee is, I believe, included. This company will come in, install, they will train, and if we need any additional help, of course, there'll be somewhat of a charge. We're not sure, it's just like with any system that you work with. Our TMH that we have, every time they come in here and they do any kind of work, they charge us. So that's part of, ongoing expense for us. This money will be taken out of the administrative reserves. And I will let you all know that software is in the reserves for 2022, and you all voted for that budget. So we would just like to, I would like to vote now. Oh, any more discussion here? Okay. Okay.
Mary Story, Unit 6. The program they had looked at last year, I think it was in conjunction, you used your smartphones and things like that to have access people who they can come in, who you can keep out. Is this program going to work on the same basis?
You're talking about the gates. You're talking about gate sentry.
Yes.
Separate.
No, the program that they were looking at to do with the computers, and I think Jerry was in on this, if I'm correct. They had the thing, and they were in conjunction, and people were able to log in data that said they don't want this person in, that person in, and it was all done through a smartphone or computer. Is this program work similar to that?
It will work in conjunction
With your smartphones?
with the gate center. It works, now, this program is, we cannot enter anything at the office. We cannot enter violations, we can't write letters. We're giving barcodes because we cannot enter new residents. There's a whole list, I have a whole list of things. The ACC reports, we can't do that. We can't do AVRC reports. We are at a standstill. The staff is sitting there with stacks of work that has to be entered that we cannot enter.
No, I understand that, Ann. That's not the question I'm asking.
Excuse me.
Gate Century is more of a visitor management. This is an administrative program for the office. They will work in conjunction with each other, but it's a whole different ballgame. It's not the app, it's
Okay,
not
so
the phone.
So the residents will not have to do what Gate Century was going to do and download stuff in their phones and
No.
everything else that was my question.
No.
Because that was part of the concern last year, was the fact that people don't have smartphones, people don't have the computers to do it. So this is going to be nothing on that line where they have to enter their data and stuff like that.
No, this has it doesn't have anything to do with the residents. It's only the office staff and code enforcement.
Okay, that was my question, because last year the program they were looking at did have to do that. Okay, thank you.
Can I ask one more question?
The other question I have was Gate Century. They were talking about the fact that when visitors came in, they were going to scan their driver's license and that. Is this program with our visitors coming in going to do that also?
This program will not do that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Any other questions? My helper. Any other questions? Okay. If there are not any other questions from the floor or the board, I'd like to take a vote that we purchase QuickBase. The money will come out of reserve, the admin reserve. All in favor? Okay, opposed? Motion carried. Come on, Beverly. And this has to be about this program, right?
Just follow up. Beverly Epstein, Unit 6. How soon, now that it's been approved, how soon will they install and will be up and running?
About 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks,
Oh, I forget about that. My Lord, I want them all to hear me on TV. They will, in about 2 weeks, based on their schedule. It could be a little sooner, right, Carol? But we're estimating 2 weeks. They'll come in and they'll start doing what they do, installing. They'll be training our staff. The advantage also to this program is it's similar to Access, and it will be easier training for our staff. And as I said, they have a lot of backup work they have to do. This should have been done a long time ago. Yeah, because we all have to understand, Brookridge is a business. It's a big business. It's not a mom and pop grocery store. We have to be able to stay up to date with everything, state of the art, and do what we need to do to keep our residents safe and that they know what's going on. And this is part of my goal. And to update, and Mary talked about Gate Century, we might be looking into something like that down the road. I'll tell you that now. I have a lot of goals here. I might not finish them during my term, but I'm going to work at it. I thank you all. I thank my board and all of the office team that spent the time and worked to try to get something through so they can work adequately for this development. So I would like to have a motion to close the meeting if there's nothing else.
I second that one.
Meeting closed. Thank you all for coming.